All right, Connor Riley. Countdown is on to the Combine. Connor Riley with Dog Nation joining us. And, you know, everybody's talking about Jalen Carter, rightfully so. I think, right, you got to go into this and say, no matter what he does at the Combine, he only can hopefully improve his status. But you think that he's going to be the number one overall pick. But let's talk about the other guys that are invited to the Combine, the other 12 guys. Who comes after Jalen Carter? Who's the second best guy that the Dogs are probably going to put in this draft? And again, Carter, we know this depends on team needs, but what would you say to that?
I think the guy that's probably going to go second here from Georgia is Broderick Jones, a guy who, one, I think his best football is still ahead of him, which is a pretty frightening thought because I thought he was a monster this past season for Georgia at the left tackle spot, was a difference maker in the 2022 national championship win over Alabama. Obviously has incredible traits, his athleticism. I think of the guys that are first-round tackles, Paris Johnson and Peter Skornarski out of Northwestern, Jones is going to be the best tester of the bunch. But the guy that I think I'm most interested in seeing what he does at the Combine and sort of what the discourse is around him is Kelee Ringo. It's a really deep cornerback draft class, but I think Ringo's got a case to test better than any of those guys. He's going to run in the 4.3s at 6'2", 200 and probably 10 pounds, which is just freaky athleticism. And there's a lot of nitpicking about what he was or wasn't at Georgia, but at the end of the day, he was a starting quarterback for a two-time national championship winner, playing for Kirby Smart and Will Muschamp, who are two of the better defensive back coaches in the country. And if those guys give him a stamp of approval like they did, I think it bodes well for what we're going to see from Ringo in Indianapolis. And obviously he's got the athletic gifts as well, but I'm willing that he's going to really impress a team in the interview setting and that a team is going to bet big on what he's going to be able to become going into his pro career.
Yeah, Broderick would look good in a Falcons uniform if you maybe slid down unless he really increases his draft stock. Remember, guys, two parts to this. They'll have the Combine, and then the Georgia Pro Day will be where everybody will be there, obviously, and then those guys might even do even better than what they did, Indianapolis. But they might not do everything in Indy, do it all at Georgia. Moving forward, though, I know I've asked you about Ringo and his coverage ability. Yeah, he's locked in as a corner. No, there's no confusion there. We were joking around, Carl and I, about the Jalen Carter stuff that came out from Jordan Yates. For those who remember, the Georgia Tech quarterback in 2021. Of all the trash talk that all the guys in that rotation said on D-line, I loved it, Connor, going, man, y'all are so unprepared. It's like, I'm going to blank you up or something. Like, you guys really have no idea what's coming. Jordan Yates saying going up against the 21 Georgia defense felt like the field was 30 yards wide.
The more we learn about Jalen Carter and just who he is, he's secretly one of the great trash talkers of recent memory when it comes to college football. Again, you have that Jordan Yates. We're just that's such a perfect thing to say to an opposing team that it's just so clearly overmatched. But then, you have the LSU moment earlier this year where he sticks the finger in the air while holding Jaden Daniels, who is not a small person by any means, but makes him look like a child. You have him against Arkansas in 2021 as a fullback just blowing up opposing defensive linemen. This is a guy who, if you're a real football fan or a true football fan, you just love having him on your team and being able to watch him and just sort of see him be a destructive force, which is exactly what you want him, a star defensive tackle, to be. And I think he's absolutely going to be that at the next level.